I'm Michelle, and it is time for Talk to Me Tuesday on Tuesday, January 16th, 2024. I had a snow day today. I had a snow day last Friday, and tomorrow's going to be another snow day, although it's more cold day. I think it was 4 degrees when I checked the temperature just a little bit ago, and it is now, 8 o'clock at night. Every day since Friday, Thursday, we've gone out and spent at least 2 hours shoveling our driveway and getting that cleaned up. Today I can feel it in my back a little bit, but I've gotten quite a bit accomplished at home, and today I worked on a formal alteration. Gal is in a pageant this coming Saturday and needed almost 6 inches of the hem taken up or removed. And it was kind of a mermaid dress, and down the bottom had, I think, at least 6 layers. But I've got it shortened and it looks great. She's going to pick it up tomorrow, I think, weather permitting. So anyway, one of the things I did was I have 4 journal covers that I threw on the long arm, and I quilted them. But what makes them fun and neat, and I've covered up the kid's name when I was subbing in art before Christmas. I took in a bunch of my quilts and went through different techniques that I have used in my quilting, and as I hung quilts up, I realized, well, I've dyed fabrics, I have colored with crayon and heat set the crayon, I've used I did self-portraits with watercolor pencils and then used the water to activate the paint, and so I've painted on quilts. I've used another painting technique where you paint the fabric and you lay items on top of the paint, and where the items are, the paint doesn't set up, it just stays whatever color the fabric is, and then the rest of the fabric paint sets up. And I forget what paint that was called, but it was really a fun technique to do. And then along with all the different applique techniques that I've learned over the years, and piecing, and so a lot of neat quilt samples that I was able to show. And I had taken in some lightweight interfacing and a whole bunch of my scraps that I had left over, and I told every class that if they wanted to play with fabric and arrange it on the interfacing, we'd iron it down, and then I'd go ahead and turn it into a journal cover for them. So this is the first one, and I only had 4 kids take me up on it. I think a couple others wanted to do it, but they were also wanting to get on with their art projects. But when I quilted them, I did all different kinds of practice techniques. So I did little ruler work with circles and some scallops. I don't know how you can see it. Kind of like the scallops, some of them I filled, and then some of them I left. The spiraling rectangle, and some swirls. And so this is the first, and then I just stuck a notebook inside the journal cover. So that's the first one. Let's see if I can get it back together. So then the second one, and I went ahead and put the year on it, along with, and this one, the year ended right at the back. This one, the child did not put their name on, but I think I know whose it is. So the others I've covered up their name with another piece of fabric, but I left the year showing. So this one, several of them picked the blue and yellow fabrics. So of course, living in the state of Michigan, I figured, well, they might be Michigan fans. So anyway, I went ahead and added the blue and yellow borders. This one I did meandering squares, swirls, some dot to dot, some scallops going both ways. And so this one, another one that turned out really neat. I picked the blue backgrounds or backing fabric because I thought it just looked neat with all the other colors that students picked. And then this one, this gal kind of took her time, and so kind of had a diagonal going here, and so I quilted around the flowers here, and then I did my swirly flowers and went on into wishbone. I did a feather down here. I did more swirly feathers around her name and filled that triangle with a feather. And I also I used a couple different bobbins. I just started with a bobbin and decided when it ran out, I'd just switch and go to another one. And so this one I think ended up with a couple different bobbins. And so it went from tan to the orange. I really like this orange thread on the blue, so I might have to try that sometime too. But you can kind of see some of the free motion quilting that I did on this one. And then the last one is like so. This person didn't do quite as much, mainly just right here, and chose large pieces. And so I've finished or did it with some swirls, some scallops, wishbone. I threw a feather in there, some meandering paisleys, and some more circles in that little border piece. And so I just am very pleased with the way these have turned out, and I hope the students like them. And I had fun quilting them and then putting the binding on and getting notebooks. So since I'm going to have a snow day tomorrow, hopefully I'll get to do some other sewing. So I've got several projects that I'm working on. And so that's all for tonight. So until next time, let's go sew.